This really cool artsy section here of Colorado's Best. Last time I was at the Cherry Creek Arts Festival just a couple weeks ago, I met this guy. Scott Hildebrand. He's known as Mr. Christmas, but his artwork is so amazing. There was a line up and down Cherry Creek.
And now that I'm looking at it, I know why. Yeah.
All right, Scott, you got to tell us about this art. First, you got to just tell us about the lady here making all the noise, the thunder and the lightning.
I call her Antoinette. It's an old dress form, and I took a few panels out, and I was able to incorporate this diorama scene inside of it. So the lightning and the storm that you're hearing is this pre-programmed light show that's going on up here. So
I love Antoinette.
It'll kick off. It's kind of a showstopper. So this was in the Cherry Creek Arts Festival, and it was kind of a nice focal point for people to come in. I think you saw it when you came in the door, so it was kind of
we were talking about all the nostalgia too that these items bring. You take things that are really old and put these miniatures in them and just create this fascinating art.
Right. I give a lot of these things a second life, and that's fairly how I got started into this, was having the ability to repurpose things. I had the option to build things statically, like little models, but at one point in time I was given an old radio, and I thought maybe I could do that in here.
Yeah, turn that little. That is so cool that you can just turn them off and turn them on.
So they all are powered either by batteries.
Antoinette to be a little more quiet.
I did. I turned her off for now.
Turn her off. All right, moving on down here.
But a lot of people remember these things. They're very nostalgic. I think a lot of people connect to these, whether they're old lamps or radios or clocks. That is an old stove top lamp from an old Kenmore range. The stove was gone, and I thought, well, it'd make a nice desk lamp / 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea underwater piece.
I love it. So fun. It's so fun.
That's the whimsical side of it.
What's this one?
That, I was starting a disco ball series, so that's the Velvet Room. So that is an old voltmeter, probably from the 50s or 60s, and I had a chance to give it a second life and give it a little extra spin on it, so to speak. So.
A little extra spin, nice.
Extra spin
and
with the disco ball.
I love the disco ball.
Right?
That's the cutest thing
and I was going to put this on and try it again, but it's art.
Right.
Do not touch Joanna.
No, a lot of this stuff has been around, so I like people to interact with it.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Some of the more delicate stuff people don't, but I mean.
I remember these. I would sweat all over them in my run.
Yeah, they would get so disgusting, but hey.
But of course, then you had to create your mixtape on this wonderful piece here, and you probably recognize it more if it's like this.
Right.
Love it.
This is so cool. Now, what's the scene that you put in that?
So it's just an old yard scene with boxcars, and I graffitied the old boxcars in there. It's kind of an urban scene, so to speak, and I thought it was kind of a neat thing. I call it putting the ghetto back in the blast.
Where did you find this? Where do you find these?
A lot of people throw this stuff away. You know, believe it or not, yes. Enough people know what I do that they'll save these things. Garage sales, flea markets, estate sales, fun things like that.
Look at your other work here. Oh, so there's the ghetto blaster.
There's the ghetto blaster.
It's my favorite.
It really is awesome.
This is a neat piece.
Is that a gumball machine?
This is an old gumball machine, an old Ford gumball machine that I made into a donut shop. I mean, what better place to build a ship in a bottle or a donut shop inside of a gumball machine.
So you're at a lot of arts festivals. That's where I met you at the Cherry Creek, but you're also going to be in Crested Butte. You're coming up at the Affordable Arts Festival. Where else can people find your work?
I'll also be at the Cherry Creek Stanley, and that is first weekend in September. I believe it's the 7th through the 8th. And then I'll also be in Kansas City Plaza if you're happen to want to be on a road trip and go to Kansas City. And that's the 3rd weekend in September as well.
That's awesome.
All right, you got to get the storm. You got to get the storm going.
Stormy day here in Colorado.
I love that.
It's beautiful. I love your stuff.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
And once again, Scott's art will be featured at the Crested Butte Arts Festival the weekend of August 2nd. 165 artists will be lining historic Elk Avenue, and you can learn more at CrestedButteArtsFestival.com. He will also be a part of the Affordable Arts Festival on August 25th in Littleton, and that website is AffordableArtsFestival.com. Yes, Mr. Christmas. I'm so glad you came in today.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me.
He's Colorado's best, guys.